Let's talk a bit about the use case that I've brought today. One of the projects that we have had that is actually using Data Vault and has been pioneer on the entire working with Data Vault as a service has been our Project Night Sky. Project Night Sky is a new way of looking into the market for our industry division. So they are actually looking into the market on what industry projects are running around the world, trying to be better at engaging with customers as early as possible, even when they are in the planning of projects. And this is something where this in and of its own can be done outside Data Vault. Of course it can. Most things can. But what we are seeing with the notion of Data Vault is that we can actually go in, make the data available, and make it easy to build an existing report that can be used for decision making while hooking new data into it. So all we need to do when we introduce a new feature in this project is to figure out, is there any changes we want to the UI? That's it. So we can make it that simple to go from idea to actually seeing it in production. It is just a question of doing a source analysis, maybe update the UI. And this has actually meant that we have more than 468 daily users on this platform. Since the slide has been introduced, we have seen at least 20 new users being onboarded. And when this slide was created, the report that was used was amongst the top 6% used report in Grundfos, which says something. This is a report that is less than a year old. And it has a pretty good satisfaction as well. So it actually serves the business purpose. And it is something where we are seeing that we are actually starting to have realized sales based on. It's not something that's a rough indicator of where does the market go. No, we can actually take active action and do sales on it. I asked you all to consider what could go wrong with this case. And I hope most of you came to the conclusion that given that we are working on customer data, there is a risk with all of the data laws that we have around. GDPR is a thing. We can't take our data outside Europe. CCPA is a thing for US. We have similar laws for China and so forth. And again, most of these places also have different data sources. So they have data sources that is centered around their sphere of interest. For China, it would most likely be another data source than what we are using today. But that's fine. We can still deploy the same solution and just have to do one source analysis, and that's it. We're golden, we're up and running. We can deploy our Data Vault to a Chinese cloud if we wanted to, or to an American cloud, or whatever. And we can get it up and running in a matter of days. So we can build this entire solution again and make it available, make data come alive and start to be a driver for decisions. So this is a bit of the roadmap, what we have, where we want to start to use this data as well. So we are going from a very Power BI oriented, where people are doing manual stuff on top of our data, to starting to actually automate our decision making, make the data that we have available drive our sales processes, in general, our advertisement processes, so that we can target where we see that there is opportunities in the market without having to actually go and do stuff manually. And this is where we see that Data Vault actually gives us the scalability and reliability to easily scale out. When we talk cross countries, we can scale up. When we talk the different amount of sources being used for decision making, and we can provide business the data they need in the quality they need at the time they need.